Hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady and welcome back to my channel for another Christmas project. In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a diamond fold card with no cutting dies. For today's project, I'm going to use 300 GSM white card, which measures 4 inches by 12 inches. And I'm going to score it at 2 inches, then 4 inches, and I'm going to make a mark at the top of 6 inches. Then I'm going to turn my card 180 degrees, and again I'm going to score it at 2 inches, 4 inches, and make a mark at the 6 inches. Now it is time to use the black line on the scoring board, and I'm going to join the top of the first score line with the bottom where the 6 inches mark was. Now I'm going to join the top 6 mark inch with the bottom of the last score line, and I'm going to repeat the process to create a diamond shape in the middle. So when this is ready, then as you can see, we are going to have a card base for our diamond fold card, which is super easy to create. If you've never ever created this one, I really hope you'll give it a go. Now it is time to fold and burnish all those score lines. And I do encourage you to use a bone folder, which make your jobs even easier. For today's project, I'm going to use designs from Polkadoodles. I really like the beautiful collections, and for the design papers, I'm going to use Baked with Love Gingerbread collection. And my digistamp will come from Winnie, Winterland, Mr. and Mrs. Claus, or Claus. So, if you want to get anything that I'm using in today's video, you can check the description down below, because I left the links to most of the products. So, as you can see, this card base is nearly completed, and I really like it because it is super fun fold to create. And as you can see, it will be pretty small in the end. And if you misplace some of the lines, you can again use your bone folder just to make sure every single line is super straight. So now it will be time to decorate all the panels, and I do encourage you to use some beautiful design papers. So the ones I'm going to use today are from Baked with Love Gingerbread collection. So for the rectangles here, I'm going to use some of the green and red design papers. I really like them, and I think green and red really makes me feel about Christmas. So I thought, why not? Let's give those a go, right? What is your favorite color combo for Christmas? Please let me know in the comments down below. So let's start with green design paper. And these measure 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. The red design paper measures 1 5/8 by 3 5/8. So again, the green rectangles are 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. And the red design paper with those presents is 1 5/8 by 3 5/8. And using my liquid glue, I'm going to assemble all those elements on the card. Then you have to create a square, which is slightly bigger, and it will measure 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And as you can see, I used that green and I cut it exactly in half. With the red design paper, the square will measure 3 3/8 and then 3 3/8 of an inch. And again, I'm going to cut it exactly in half. So when these elements are ready, we can adhere those triangles on the left and on the right. And we're going to use exactly the same measurements to create smaller triangles that will go at the top and at the bottom of the card. So with the green one, I created a square measuring 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then I cut it exactly in half again, and then in half again. So in the end, I had 8 green triangles. And then with the other design paper, slightly lighter with those candies, the square was 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. And again, I cut it in half, then in half again, and in half again to get all those 8 triangles. super quick and fun to create. If you've never ever created a diamond fold card, I really hope you'll give it a go, especially with Christmas is coming and there are so many projects to create. So, as you can see, I'm using my liquid glue because I do have time to maneuver the elements. And I also wonder, have you started your Christmas crafting this year? If you haven't, maybe today is the day for you. I always like to start in September, so on my channel I'm going to have some Christmas projects during the weekend. Sometimes it will be Saturday, sometimes Sunday, and sometimes I'm going to have 2 videos. And as usual, I'm going to have my personalized projects on Mondays and then other tutorials on a Thursday. So if you're new to my channel, I would really like you to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm going to have quite a lot of videos coming your way. So as you can see, this is super easy to create. And with those mats and layers, we do have those beautiful small borders. And I think that what really makes our projects very interesting and beautiful as well, right? So when these are ready, then we're going to decorate the front of the card. And as you can see, we've got that square panel. So I'm going to create 3 squares in the end. And using that white card, I'm going to create a square which will measure 2.5 by 2.5 inches. So as you can see, the white is ready. Then with the red, this measures 2.25 by 2.25. And with the design paper with candies, this measure 2 inches by 2 inches. Now it is time to assemble those elements together and put them on a card. Super quick and simple, right? So as you can see, you can use any design papers of your choice. And what I really like about fancy folds, you can always use some scraps as well. And I'm pretty sure you do have quite a lot in your stash, right? So use them to create those beautiful cards. Now I'm going to use Winnie, Winterland, Mr. and Mrs. Claus Digistamp. And I'm going to color it in using my tri-blend markers from Spectrum Noir. As you can see, in each pen, you do have that light, medium and dark color. If you'd like to see how I created a storage for them, the link is at the top right corner. And whenever you use those 3 colors together, you always get that 3D look. And that's what I really like about them, because with no effort, you can achieve beautiful effects. And I do also recommend to have a little bit of scrap paper underneath, because whenever you use any alcohol markers, they really bleed through your card and they can be soaked again by your card. But if you put a piece of scrap paper underneath, that really solves the problem. And whenever you color in hair on your images, I do encourage you to have at least 3 different colors. This way, the image will be more organic. As you can see here, I decided to use a little bit of turquoise and green to decorate that image. So this way, it's going to be a little bit balanced and contrast to the red and green I use on my card. What is your favorite color palette when it comes to Christmas? Do you go with traditional colors like I did here? Or would you like with modern colors, maybe pinks or purples? Please let me know in the comments down what's your preference. And now, as you can see, I'm going to color in all the other small elements. And what's really good about any digistamps, you can print them as small or as big as you want. So if you've never signed to Polkadoodles website mailing list, please do it, because every day you get some emails with amazing discount codes. And these are simply amazing. So, as you can see, this comes together super quickly, but I don't have cutting die to cut it out. But don't worry, I'm going to use my scissors because I love fussy cutting and I just couldn't resist the image. It is actually pretty easy to fussy cut. So as you can see, the hair is done. Then we have to color in the faces. And as you can see with those pens, you always have the darker, medium and light color, which makes your coloring super easy. So now when the image is ready and fussy cut, we can assemble it on our project. However, I decided to give a little bit of dimension here. So I'm going to use my double-sided foam adhesive. And whenever you do it, you always put a little bit of liquid glue, then double-sided foam adhesive and liquid glue again. Just to make sure all the elements will match on my card, I decided to use the same tri-blend marker and create a border around my sentiment. And I think that's what makes this card even more special. If you want, you can also create a mat using the design paper, and that'll be perfectly fine. So as you can see, this card is super simple. If you do have your favorite fancy fold for Christmas makes, I really want to know which one is it. So, as I told you, every Monday I've got personalized cards on my project, so please stay tuned for more videos coming your way. So now it will be time to put those elements on a card and it will be complete. Super quick and simple. And I also wonder, do you have your favorite double-sided foam adhesive? Because sometimes the adhesive I get from some stores is not that very good. Here, this one works pretty well and it is actually from the wax. So the cut is complete, and when you turn it over, you do have space to write your message either on the diamond we created, or you can write your message on the side panels. The choice is absolutely yours. And what's really good about this card, it also stands proudly on a flat surface. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. See you in my next video. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting!